The WNBA prides itself on being a league of progress, of empowerment, yet, a recent statement from the Chicago Sky has ignited a firestorm, revealing a deep-seated tension within the league. Following an intense season opener against the Indiana Fever, the Sky released a statement condemning fan behavior. It hinted at a hostile environment in Indiana, raising eyebrows and sparking debate. Was this a legitimate concern for player safety, or was it an overreaction? The statement itself was carefully worded, but its implications were clear. It painted a picture of Indiana as a hostile territory for visiting teams, a place where player safety could not be guaranteed. This narrative, whether intended or not, has the potential to alienate fans and cast a shadow over the league's efforts to grow its fan base. The fallout from this statement has been significant. Fans and analysts alike have weighed in, with some supporting the Sky's concerns and others dismissing them as exaggerated. The league now faces the challenge of addressing these issues head-on. Ensuring player safety is paramount, but so is maintaining a positive relationship with the fan base. The WNBA must navigate this delicate balance carefully. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how the league and its teams handle this controversy. Will it lead to meaningful changes? Or will it fade into the background as just another chapter in the league's history? The Chicago Sky's statement, while expressing concern for player safety, inadvertently painted a target on Indiana. By implying that the state is unsafe for WNBA games, the statement risks alienating a fan base crucial to the league's growth. The WNBA thrives on passionate fan bases across the country, and singling out one state as a hotbed of hostility sends a chilling message. Imagine the impact on Indiana's dedicated fans, who have supported the Fever through thick and thin. To be labeled as a problem area, a black mark on the league's map, feels like a slap in the face. It undermines the very essence of sportsmanship and fan engagement, potentially driving a wedge between the league and its supporters. The WNBA's commitment to player safety is commendable. However, there's a growing concern that this emphasis on protection is coming at the expense of the game's raw, competitive spirit. The league's response to the incident in Indiana, while well-intentioned, raises questions about whether the WNBA is tiptoeing toward an overly sanitized version of the sport. Sports, by their very nature, are emotionally charged. The roar of the crowd, the trash talk between players, the jeers and cheers from the stands. These are all part of the tapestry that makes live sports so compelling. When we start silencing these elements, when we strive for a sterile, controversy-free environment, we risk losing the very essence of what makes sports so captivating. Let's be real, heckling is as much a part of the sports landscape as the ball itself. It's the jeers that fuel the rivalries, the chants that rattle the opponents, the good-natured ribbing that reminds us why we love the thrill of the game. But where do we draw the line? When does spirited heckling cross the line into unacceptable behavior? The WNBA, in its pursuit of a respectful environment, is grappling with this very question. The league's statement on the Indiana incident suggests a low tolerance for even the slightest hint of negativity from the crowd. While condemning hate speech and discriminatory behavior is non-negotiable, is the WNBA at risk of overcorrecting, of turning every jeer into a punishable offense? Transparency on trial, the WNBA's struggle with open dialogue. The Chicago Sky statement controversy has exposed another vulnerability in the WNBA, a perceived lack of transparency. The league's response to criticism, often shrouded in carefully crafted statements and internal investigations, can leave fans and journalists feeling shut out. This lack of open dialogue breeds suspicion and mistrust, hindering the league's ability to address concerns head-on. Journalists play a vital role in holding powerful institutions accountable. When the WNBA reacts defensively to critical reporting, it sends a message that open dialogue is unwelcome. This defensiveness only fuels speculation and conspiracy theories, ultimately harming the league's reputation more than honest reporting ever could. Echoes of the Wubble. Has the league learned from past mistakes? Remember the Wubble? It was a unique and unprecedented time for the WNBA, a bubble-like environment created to ensure the season could continue amidst the chaos of a global pandemic. The hermetically sealed environment that allowed the WNBA to navigate the 2020 season amidst a global pandemic? It was a bold move, one that required immense coordination and sacrifice from everyone involved, from players to staff. While necessary at the time, it also exposed the league's tendency to prioritize control over the organic chaos that makes sports so compelling. The absence of fans, the lack of live energy, and the sterile environment all contributed to a season that felt somewhat detached from the raw emotions that usually define sports. The current controversy surrounding fan behavior feels eerily familiar, like a ghostly echo of the wobble mentality. Fans are the lifeblood of any sport, and their absence or restricted presence can significantly alter the dynamics of the game. The wobble offered a glimpse into a sanitized version of the WNBA, devoid of the usual fan interactions. It was a controlled environment, almost too controlled, where every cheer, every boo, and every spontaneous reaction was missing. While it ensured player safety, it also raised questions about the long-term sustainability of such an approach. Can a sport truly thrive in a vacuum, without the passionate involvement of its fan base? The current situation, though less extreme, raises similar concerns. As the league navigates new challenges, it must balance safety with the need to maintain the vibrant atmosphere that fans bring to the game. Is the league on the verge of recreating a sanitized version of the game, sacrificing the very elements that make it so captivating? The lessons from the wobble should serve as a reminder that while control and safety are crucial, the essence of sports lies in its unpredictability and the electric connection between players and fans. The absurdity of overprotection. Should we bench stars to appease the masses? Let's take this overprotection argument to its logical, albeit absurd, conclusion. Should we start benching star players to prevent any possibility of fan misconduct? Imagine telling Caitlin Clark, a generational talent, to sit out because her dazzling moves might incite a few unruly fans. Sounds ridiculous, right? The point is, we can't bubble wrap players and shield them from every potential slight. Sports are, by their very nature, unpredictable and emotionally charged. Attempting to control every variable, to sanitize the environment to the point of absurdity, does a disservice to the players, the fans, and the spirit of the game itself. A league at a crossroads, the peril of overly cautious policies. The WNBA stands at a crossroads. The league's commitment to player safety is commendable, but its approach risks alienating fans and undermining the very essence of the sport. Overly cautious policies driven by a fear of controversy threaten to suffocate the league's growth and dampen its competitive spirit. The WNBA has a choice to make. It can continue down this path of overprotection, sanitizing the game and silencing dissenting voices. Or it can embrace the raw, unpredictable nature of sports, trusting its fans to be respectful while allowing the game to breathe. The final buzzer, finding the balance between player well-being and the spirit of the game. The Chicago Sky statement controversy serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance the WNBA must strike. This incident has sparked a broader conversation about how the league can protect its players while maintaining the integrity and excitement of the game. It's a complex issue that requires careful consideration and thoughtful action. Protecting its players is paramount, but not at the expense of the game's soul. The physical and mental well-being of athletes is crucial. Yet the essence of competition and the raw, unfiltered passion that fans love must not be lost. Striking this balance is no easy feat. The league must find a way to address legitimate concerns about player safety without resorting to excessive control or silencing dissenting voices. This means implementing policies that prioritize health and safety while also allowing players to express themselves freely and authentically. The answer lies in open dialogue, in fostering a culture of respect that extends to both players and fans. By encouraging honest conversations and listening to the voices of those directly affected, the league can create a more inclusive and supportive environment. It requires transparency from the league and a willingness to engage with critics in a meaningful way. Transparency builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any successful organization. By being open about their decisions and the reasons behind them, the WNBA can foster a sense of community and shared purpose. The WNBA's future success hinges on its ability to find this balance, to create an environment where players feel safe, fans feel valued, and the spirit of competition thrives. This balance is not just about rules and regulations, it's about creating a culture that celebrates both the athletes and the game itself. Only then can the league truly flourish and grow.